Peace, family, and welcome back to another Food for Thought episode. On today's show, we're going to discuss what the sitcom Fresh Prince of Bel-Air tried to teach us about heart health. Stay tuned. Subscribe today and ring that notification bell to get the latest updates from Health Conscious TV. Get the book, Knowledge of Health, The Miseducation of Dieting, to guide and support you on your health and weight loss journey. If you grew up as a 90s kid like me, then you probably tuned in to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air on Monday nights. The show ran for 6 seasons from 1990 to 1996, and it definitely left us with many memorable moments. With the show being in syndication for over 2 decades, there's been plenty of opportunity to tune in and either become familiar with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or relive some of those memorable moments that we lived back in the 90s. Episodes like Mistaken Identity, which address racial profiling, a real life and perpetual issue that's still taking place today. On that episode, Carlton and Will are pulled over by the police essentially for DWB, driving while black. Bullets Over Bel-Air was one of the most emotional episodes. Will and Carlton are held at gunpoint while taking money out of the ATM. The robber quickly grows impatient, and as he attempts to shoot Carlton, Will takes the bullet for him. And who can forget the episode Papa's Got a Brand New Excuse, where in the tear-jerking scene, in a mixture of anger and grief, Will asks the question, why doesn't his father want him after he's abandoned him again? Just by briefly mentioning each of these episodes, you may have been able to recall each of them. But another memorable episode that addressed the importance of heart health was Home is Where the Heart Attack Is. This episode is centered on Uncle Phil's weight and cholesterol issues. His cholesterol is dangerously high, and after being warned by his doctor, Ashley decides to take action and begin to monitor Uncle Phil's diet. As Ashley sets out to take control of Uncle Phil's diet, he secretly bribes Will to smuggle in some of his favorite foods. While eating a cheeseburger that Will delivered to him, Uncle Phil has a heart attack. All ends well at the end of the show, and while it's full of comedic relief throughout the show still drives home a very important health message. Now, to put this episode into perspective, think about how many people that you know that have ignored doctors' warnings about health risks, and what was the outcome? According to the CDC, in the United States, someone has a heart attack every 40 seconds. Every year, about 805 Americans have a heart attack. Of these, 605,000 are a first heart attack, and 200,000 happen to people who have already had a heart attack. About 1 in 5 heart attacks is silent. The damage is done, but the person is not aware of it. Black Americans lead the death rate in heart disease among other racial and ethnic groups in America. According to the Department of Health and Human Services, in 2018, African Americans were 30% more likely to die from heart disease than non-Hispanic whites. Moreover, the Department of Health and Human Services reported that African Americans are less likely to have their blood pressure under control, although they are 40% more likely to have high blood pressure. Now family, these statistics are troubling because like Uncle Phil, there are too many of us who don't think too much about our own health and wellness. If we change nothing, nothing changes. Therefore, how can any of us expect to lose weight or improve our health conditions if we are unwilling to change? Change our diets, change our lifestyle, change our minds. That is, change what we eat, how we live, and how we think. My final thoughts are that once we live with certain health conditions for so long, we just become comfortable with managing those conditions rather than owning them. When we manage a health condition, that is to say that we're responding to it and that we're taking medicine to treat it so that the condition doesn't get any worse. However, when we own a condition, not only are we responding to it, but we're taking a holistic approach to try to eliminate it and cure ourselves of it long term so that we can restore our health holistically. Although we should be following doctors' orders and communicating back and forth with them to let our doctors know what's really going on with us. In addition to that, we should be doing our own research and learn how to apply new lifestyle habits that's really going to help advance us into better health. And when we do this, when we own our health conditions and take control of the situation, what you'll probably find is that you can advance yourself into better health far better than conventional medicines could ever do it for you. Those are my thoughts, family. Leave yours in the comments. I greet you all in peace and be well.